What is happening at Chelsea? Is Chelsea back? Over the past few years, 2 years to be precise, Chelsea has been making a whole lot of headlines for the wrong reasons, starting from the sanction against Roman Abramovich, which forced us to sell to the new owners, to us getting all types of players, to us being said that we have to expand our dressing room, our training ground, to a lot of memes, to Todboli, us being called the £1 billion bottle job by Gary Neville. After the 2 years of turbulence or ups and downs at Chelsea, of downward spiral, any way you want to put it, is Chelsea back? Because after the recent winning of West Ham and Barrow, which we both scored, which both teams considered 8, 3-0 and 5-0 respectively, and we considered 0. Is that a sign that the London Cowboys is emerging? Sorry. The new Chelsea team is emerging. You get me? I know you guys get the joke. So it all started. I'll take you, down memory lane. We refresh on a lot of things. On Thursday, March 10, 2022, Roman Abramovich was sanctioned because of the Russia government, and he's linked to Russia government about the Russia government-Ukrainian war. And that was, in response, he was sanctioned, giving visa bans, and all his assets in UK was freezing, including Chelsea. And then UK government automatically forced him to sell Chelsea, which which had us move to another era of Todboli. On the May 19th, 2022, Chelsea FC was sold to a consortium led by Todboli and the Clear Lake era and the Clear Lake capital. Chelsea was sold for approximately £3.2 billion, which was the highest money ever spent on a football club. There have never been a football club that was bought for a £3.2 million. As a new owners, new owners come in, they have to make statements. So in their first summer, in the first season, we signed 18 players. The Todboli era signed 18 players, where we have likes of Raheem Sterling, we have likes of Koulidio Koulibaly, we have likes of Makukurela, Konichukwu Emeka, Wesley Fofana, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Zakaria Mando Bruja. Furthermore, in January of that same season, we had likes of Benwai Badioshiu, Mukailo Mudryk, Noni Madueke, Joao Felix, Enzo Fernandez, Andre Santos, Malo Gusto, and David Dastro Fofana came in that winter, making it 18 players that Chelsea signed for their first season. Guess what? You all know what happened. We signed 18 players and we were not even able to make top 4 that season. Or did we make top 4? No, we are not able to make top 4 because after these signings, after the new owners took over, 100 days, Thomas Tuchel was sacked, and then we had Graham Potter, and then that was where the downward spiral started. The following season, Chelsea signed another 8 players. That was the summer we had likes of Axel Disasi. You have likes of Axel Disasi, Moses Casado, Nicholas Jackson, Romeo Lavia, Alex Metos, Diego Morella, who came on free, Christopher Nkunku, and Kendrick Piers, who will join us next year. We saw this caliber of player, these 8 new players join Chelsea in the next summer. After we have already sacked Potter. And then this new summer, we signed 12 new players. 12 new players. That is this summer that we had likes of Maguire from Barcelona, Caleb Wiley, Renato Vega, Aram Anselmino, Mike Pendas, Omari Kellyman, Tosin Adrabayo, Flip Jorgensen, Drewsby Hall, Pedro Neto, Joao Felix, which was the second spell, and then Jordan Sancho, making it a total of 38 signing. Now, do you know the funny part? Is that most of these 38 players are currently not at Chelsea, but note, some of them are like loan deals, likes of Zakaria, who we signed from loan from Juventus, Joao Felix, who we signed initially on loan in his first stint. He came on loan, which he spent 6 months, and he was rejected by um by Mauricio Pochettino. You get me? We had a lot of overhaul, a lot of changes, a lot of players. With those 38 players coming in, he has us lose some of our homegrown players, and most especially the fan favorite Conor Gallagher, Ian Martin, Mason Mount, Loftus-Cheek, Amando Bruja. Like, I can name a lot of them, and the whole Chelsea squad, we are fuming. You can throw likes of Chalobah. You can say Chalobah is on loan, but they might definitely sell him next summer. We saw them leave. Forcing our home players. Can we throw in likes of Ben Chilwell, who was equally forced to train alone? Raheem Sterling, who was forced and is going to Arsenal, and we are paying his salary. And then David Dasofana, who was signed a year ago by the same directors, was being Chelsea tried to loan him out, which had a lot of deal collapsed. Leicester City collapsed. At the deadline day, we saw him being loaned to a championship side, which collapsed. Went to Greece, it collapsed. He actually found a move to Turkey. That wasn't all. There were overhaul in the squad and in the public eye. There were some backroom staffs that left, likes of Peter Cech, Mariano, the former CEO, Jim Fraser, and Neil Bath, who are like in charge of the academy. We had a new medical setup all together. You get me? Now to add salt to the injury, Chelsea is currently at a civil war with both owners, Clearlake Capital and Todd Bowley, going head to head, trying to buy each other out, being at the news. There are pictures of them being at the Chelsea West Ham game, which everybody saw, and then Egbali was at the Barrow game, where Barrow, where we trashed 5-0. To make the matters worse, this summer we had a problem going into this season, because last season we were good, even though our defense wasn't really, our defense was a little bit shaky. We were good, but we had one problem. We had a lot of chances, we created a lot of chances, but we missed a lot of chances because Nicholas Jackson can't put the ball in the goal hole or in the net. So Chelsea fans, going into the summer, everyone had hope that we are going to sign a number 9. We feel like all we needed in this team was a number 9. But no, we went and signed 12 new players, and guess what? We didn't get a prolific number 9. Rather, we went for Gay, Sam Almorodion, which we initially wanted to sign. Didn't go through, was almost done, but now collapsed. Now that's why we signed Joao Felix. This is something everyone knows. John Duran, we couldn't get him. I was a little bit biased and said that we shouldn't get John Duran and stuff like that. But Chelsea, the problem was Chelsea missing out on Osimhen. Chelsea missing out on Osimhen was like, the fans were going mad. We missed him, we couldn't sign him, and then the window closed, and he has to move to Turkey. You get me? And to add to all these things, Chelsea had a very terrible preseason. We only win one match, which was Club America out of 6. We drew against Wrexham City. We lost 4-1 against Celtic United. We lost 4-0 against City. We lost 2-1 against Real Madrid. And then we drew 1-1 our last game at Stamford Bridge with Inter Milan. Going into the league, we had no order, but we faced the Premier League champion in Manchester City. We all know that's not going to be an easy test. We Chelsea lost 2-0. After the 2-0 win, a lot of pundits like Jamie Carragher, Gary Neville, Grant Souness, a lot of them was on Chelsea's neck. Like, if you saw their predictions, a lot of people didn't agree that Chelsea would get into the top 4 prior to when the season started, or after, like we have played Manchester City. The expectation was low. Everybody was using Chelsea for trend, because if you want to get views and you want to get clicks and you want to if you want to make top trending news, you know where to come from, you know who to go at, you know who to attack. Chelsea, because we are arguably the biggest club in London. Everyone has written us off, and then we proceed to our next match, which was against Wolves. We trashed them 6-2. And then followed up with a loss against Civiet. Having won our first leg, even though we qualified, we lost against Civiet. And I'm trying to tell you that has been our last. That has been the last match we have lost. Since then, Chelsea have been unbeaten in the Premier League. We have been unbeaten in the 4 Premier League. We're having 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss, which was only against City that we have lost. Scoring, gathering 10 points, scoring 11 goals, and conceding 5. Which, if you are to compare, by this time last season, we already conceded 11 goals. We already conceded 10 goals, scored 6. We only gathered only 4 points from 1 win, 1 draw, and 3 losses in our first 5 matches. But we can see the difference under the Enzo Maresca era. You can see a lot of changes as well. And then, you can see in that season we struggle defensively. We struggle massively defensively. And this season so far so good. Chelsea have had 18 goals in 8 matches in all competition this season, including the 5-0 win against Barrow. And following Enzo Maresca totally owning the team and bringing out the best in players like Madueke, who has the Premier League hat-trick to his name so far. Given that the players like Saka and Rashford, this is not a banter, don't have a hat-trick, a Premier League hat-trick, is a big deal. And we have get another hat-trick just a few days ago against Barrow. See, I know, man. Like, I'm not trying to throw banters around. And Robert Sanchez, who hasn't kept a clean sheet in the last 20 matches, he currently has 2 back-to-back clean sheets. I'm telling you. I think what I'm trying to say is that I think it's safe to say that Chelsea is back. It's too early to conclude, obviously, but we are seeing signs. The way we play, minus the results, which is the most important and the most vital, because we didn't have the best performance against Bournemouth, but we grind out results, and that's what makes a top team a top team. But how we play, Chelsea is very, very exciting to watch under Enzo Maresca. How we play, see Barrow, we played a totally different team, and it was just like no one left. That Barrow team would win a Southampton in Premier League. All these low relegation battling side, we will easily win them. So it's safe to say Chelsea is back. And other things that gives me hope that we can achieve more this season is that Rodri is out of the season actually, because they have an ACL, and Kevin De Bruyne is injured as well. These are 2 Manchester City heavy hitters, which I think no matter what you want to say, it is definitely going to affect them. Their winning ratio, again, they have never lost in the 87 matches they have played with Rodri. They have 70% percentage win when they play with Rodri, and they have 60%, 60 something or thereabouts. I'm not really sure, but it's around that 60% win ratio without Rodri. It might not be a lot, but City will definitely drop points because they're too heavy. Even Kevin De Bruyne is not really out of the season, but the few weeks he's going to be out. I think it's looking like we are in for the league. Remember what I said? The last time we had an Italian manager that lost that had a terrible preseason, he went on to win the league. Is history about to repeat itself? That's all for now. At this point, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.